Hello everybody, welcome back to Dominions 5. We're continuing the tournament finals game where I was playing as MA Ulm, and it is now turn 21. So I made a trade with Pythium. I think he wanted a hammer, so he paid for it with 10 earth gems, and my price was 10 earth gems and 8 of any other gem. So he gave me 8 death gems. So let's see what else we can see. This is Vanarus. Do we get to see his bless? No, I guess he's using elementals to clear these Throne of Gaia events. Here we have Jotunheim with, he's got a werewolf. Yeah, so he's got Scotty. He's going thug mode. Interestingly, he's going thug mode by putting Shroud of the Battle Saint on his werewolves, which makes them get super high regen and also the resists. But it does mean he has much lower protection. Now he will do like liquid body and stuff like that, but you know that it's a trade-off. You're getting extra regeneration, but a lot lower protection. And a scout here pings Pythium for some reason. Okay, unexpected events, fertility call. Yeah, bad things are going to happen. Oh, we got more random events, but we were able to. Oh, this is awkward. So I've got like my whole army here, but I lose. What happened to this guy? Why is he bleeding? Did he just get the most unlucky arrow shot? Yeah. Oh my god. Poor guy. All right, this Master Smith just got really unlucky, and some like bug. No, it was a bug probably. A tiny bug flew into the back, stung him, and caused him, to have profuse bleeding. So he's profusely bleeding out from a little bug sting. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Quite embarrassing, you might say. Okay, not much else is happening here. We are beginning our invasion. I did a trade with Pythium, but I never, agreed to any peace with him. We haven't signed any NAP, or we haven't really had any Diplo besides that trade. So all's fair. So we're just attacking here with cavalry, and with cavalry, I don't think he's expecting an attack, so I think we'll be fine. And I've got like reinforcements, I'm leading with this cavalry just because of the logistics of what I currently have, but we're going to consolidate this into a better army. So these first turns won't be super interesting. We'll see. Now you can tell Pythium's doing quite well here going into Sitis, and that's really surprising. Sitis is a really strong early game nation because it's really easy to rush up to Enchantment 5 and have great Skella spam, and everybody gets diseased in your Dominion. It's really feels bad to invade Sitis. I'm really surprised at the decision from Pythium. On the other hand, kudos because he's pulling it off. And I'm surprised at the failure here from Sitis. So I don't know quite what the story is and why that didn't work out for Sitis. It's possible that me invading here will give Sitis the opportunity to fight back. But you can see this fort is already about to be captured. Let's move on to turn 22. Okay. So see here. So Sitis is fighting a little bit. Let's look at a couple of these. Yeah, not much on that front. And here we're just fighting PD, so really there's nothing to see here either. Unexpected events, growth, dominion, magic site. I think this is like a barbarian. Yeah, barbarian site. Okay, and I think this is the last of the Throne of Gaia events. It should be. It should be. Okay. I'm putting together some kind of army here to go and clear out the barbarians in my cap circle, which is quite annoying. Um, at some point, it might not be right now, but I know I work out a deal with Vanarus to take this province. So he had expanded, he took this province during the expansion, but it's really making my borders awkward, and I kind of really want it. And we arranged for a trade where I just give him like, I think he said that there were already some nice magic sites in it, or like some magic sites in it. So we agreed that I would give him like 20 gems up front and then would take over the province. Now, that doesn't happen. Maybe this is in a few turns, but it does happen. And the idea is, look, it's taken over by Indies right now. You don't want to have to bother sending troops all the way here to take it. You probably have better things to do with your troops. Let me take it off you, and, here are some gems. So that's what we do. Now, in terms of my push here into Pythium, I'm in an awkward situation because he could reinforce with his cap and all his mages here if I push ahead. And all I have here are cavalry. So I'd have no mage support, no archery support, right? That feels bad. So I'd want to consolidate, but the problem is there's a death site here. And so it potentially can disease my guys. But I'm biting the bullet. We're going to do it anyways. And what I'm doing here is we're going to go and move our cavalry up here so that we can kind of try to do raiding while we push onto his capital. So that is the current plan. And we're about to get Flaming Arrows next turn, and then it's going to be Evocation all the way. So let's go to turn 23. Okay, again, we're just fighting PD, nothing too special. Now here's a battle where Cetis tries to fight Pythium, but this is just Cetis troops fighting Pythium with mages. So this is bad. So first of all, does he have a bless? Oh, okay. So maybe this is why he's having trouble. So he's taken poison resistance, cold resistance, defense. So nature, water, astral, death, blood. Like, this is a bit of a rainbow mage here. These sacreds are not usually... I guess Cetis typically takes major scales with no bless. And the reason is that these are like... There are worse sacreds in the game. These guys have pretty good protection. And they hit really hard with their halberds, so don't get me wrong. They're cold-blooded, so it's easy to counter them with, Cold Dominion in general. They're not the worst unit ever. But these are really good units. And so are the elite warriors. And they're super cheap. You can mass 1 billion of them. So it's more of like an opportunity cost. It's like you actually have really good melee troops that you can just mass until you get Skelespam up. And so the problem here is that he does not have Skelespam. And he's fighting an army that has that has communions, and he already has, let's see, Soulslay. So, you can see these big, expensive sacreds are just getting deleted by Soulslay. Look at that. And now, by the time the battle is engaged, these okay troops are fighting inferior troops, but there's so much more of them that they're just going to get surrounded. Plus, they're also going to get shot at by the Soulslay, right? So Pythium here doing a great job. And incidentally, you could see, like, if each one of those sacreds had been like 10 more cheap dudes, you could potentially swarm this army with like 200 elite warriors. Then Soulslay's terrible. I mean, it'll still kill them, but each time you're just killing like 1 12 gold unit as opposed to a very fancy sacred. But, in general, this is what happens when you bring mages to a non-mage fight. Plus, he's actually, he's got a decent meat shield here to protect. So, yeah, that is what Pythium is doing well and what Cetis is not doing well. Now, on my end, if you are... Well, let's look at the rest of these things here. What happened in Naba? A werewolf killed a lot of stuff. All right, so we've got a fully kitted out werewolf, and this looks like the pretender from the Ba. So it looks like he just attacked onto the capital, and this is the PD, but he's also patrolling with his god. The problem is it doesn't look like the god has anything good to cast. Looks like his research is pretty low. So Earth Astral, but there isn't like Soul Slay or anything like that. So this guy is just going to murder all this PD because it's a Scrawly, for God's sake. Oh, he's also lightning. Oh, he's got super high defense. He's got 26 defense plus a vine shield. Oh my god. Poor PD. Now, one of the issues you might have is that killing statues can be hard because they have like 30 protection and they're slash and pierce resistant. However, this guy has 29 slash, which is enough to go through 30 protection. And even if he does like 2 damage per hit, then this guy has no ability to regen to like get that HP back. So it's just going to be like, see, like 5, 3, 8. And because he doesn't have good research, well, okay, a few things are happening here. First of all, they don't have good research, so they're not casting anything useful that can eat through the 20% regen on the werewolf. The second problem, and not only that, like he's got liquid body, so he's actually doesn't take that much damage from a lot of magical spells because protection isn't really an issue here. He has low MR, so if this guy had any kind of astral magic, that would be good, right? And even Paralyze might have won him the game here, or at least timed it out. But unfortunately, he does not have any good astral spells. 30 protection is not enough against 29 damage. So you can see half the hits do no damage, half the hits do some damage, and he has no regen, so he's going to die slowly. The other problem is that this doesn't have cold resist, and this has a chill aura. Or no, these guys don't have a chill aura, but they just have a frostbrand, which is doing cold damage. And so now this thing is frozen, and it's fatigued out. So it's just going to slowly chip away at it and kill it. So we're not going to watch the rest of this, but yeah, he kills Naba's Pretender. So well done on Jotunheim and Ind taking out Naba. Okay, let's... having seen what Pythium did to Satis, interestingly also you see here Ys, who was here, is now taking over the rest of the ocean, but also Ys has taken over this whole part of Satis, so now Ys is getting massive, right? Because they've got a whole 2 like nations to themselves, plus they're getting like half of Satis over here. Some of you might be wondering what my plan is to fight against those Python communions, and the answer is I don't have a plan, and it's going to go very badly. Because my guys have 8 magic resistance. And so a glaring weakness in my plan, in this raiding plan, let's say, is that this is going to kill Infinity PD and it's going to die to 2 mages. And the problem is, if I'm raiding here near his capital, it's very easy for him to have some mages here. In fact, there are already mages here. So I kind of had a bit of a mind, like, blank raiding into this with a small group. See, it's different if you attack with 30 heavy cav, then even if they have low magic resistance, there's too much. Like, they can kill a few of them, but eventually we'll overwhelm their backlines and we'll hit them. And that's the idea behind this army. The idea behind this army is that, yes, you can kill my guys with Mindburn, but I have enough of them that eventually some of them will get through, and they're high quality enough that they'll do their job. And hopefully, in the meantime, some of these crossbows and some of these mages doing iron darts are actually going to kill some of your mages too. So that is the plan. Let's see how it goes. Turn 23. Let's go to turn 24. Okay, so we attack this province, nothing happens. Now here, they ping me with a scout. Yeah, this happens. Now, to be fair, he like anticipated this raid well. But the key thing is he moved out with a bunch of mages and their communion support. And it's just a small PD dump here. Honestly, without the mages, I actually think like these guys, you'll see he's just deleting them and they run away. I didn't even have time to show it. But my squad of 5 knights would have killed all of these soldiers without dying. But the mages just murdered them. So this was a poor move on my part because like that was predictable on my part, and also like yeah, that was just a bad idea, bad move. However, I'm still feeling confident that my large, like if I have a large army, he won't be able to soul slay my guys fast enough, before I can kind of move in. Now I'm switching to guard. I've been making guardians for a while, and partly that's because they have slightly better magic resistance, but also it's because later on, like I do want to have guardians because everybody else is using sacred, so I need to build up a large amount of them for any potential future wars. Also, I wanted to raid these, but apparently Vanros has come in. They were taken by the Indies, and Vanros just felt, okay, I can take them. This is unfortunate. I wanted to grab this from Pythium. Okay. Let's do one more turn here. Did I send any messages? No. Okay, turn 24. Let's go to turn 25. Oh, let's. So this is the last hurrah from Naba. This is what he has in his capital. A bunch of sacreds. Actually, I'm not sure if we showed what the bless was here. No bless. He had Earth Astral. Oh, maybe it was an awake bless. Like a thug bless. Like maybe he had fire shock resistance or something like that. But now the pretender is dead, so yeah, that must be that. He's fighting a single werewolf who's got a fear hat and a ton of experience, a ton of defense. Here we've got mages. They're in a communion. I don't know what they're doing. Air elementals. Nice. Unfortunately, they're lesser air elementals, and he has shock resistance because of the bless. So little air elementals are remarkably inefficient against large creatures. Large air elementals are strong not only because of the shock, but this guy has shock resistance, but because of the trample. Now these Nabas Sacreds actually do a decent amount of damage, but they have 15 attack, which is not nothing, but he's got 22 defense, plus he's got a Vine Shield, so he's not taking that many hits per turn, so he's keeping the incoming damage. Looks like he never got Liquid Body off, which is actually significant. That's why these numbers are so big. And honestly, that was due to probably the birds coming in and interrupting his spell casting, so that's well done. But it's still enough regen that he can comfortably take all that damage. And honestly, the main problem is like Word of Power. He's not... Nabad doesn't have high enough research to cast any useful spells here. The smite is nice. Oh, finally he's getting some of his castle. Now he's doing Breath of Winter, which does chill. So you see some of the guys are freezing and getting fatigued out. I don't know if he'll ever do Liquid Body. Liquid Body's a priority spell. You gotta do it earlier. Obviously he did Quickness. Yeah, so he just kills all the units. Finally, Nabaz routed, and he'll just kill everything. Okay. Pythium counter raids with only 5 dudes. And we attack here. And there's just PD on top, so he's not moving out yet to defend, and counter raids here again. And we severely damage the walls of Pythium. Okay, um, so Python kind of blocked off the retreat, but that's not going to be an issue. So what the hell's going on with all of these arrows? Let me tell you. So first of all, we were reinforcing here with some guys. So we are going to take this province with a small group of raiders. They're not going to be mages here. This is a safe move. Over here, we're actually retreating my entire army. Now, here we've got a little mage squad. Not mage squad, but I've got these high protection, high defense cavalries with one guy on guard commander. So we're going to raid some of these neighboring provinces, and we're going to move out here. And the idea is let's consolidate. Let's get even more guys together on this army, because numbers is going to be the key thing here. And because he might... this would be the appropriate turn, either this or next turn, for him to move out and like break out of the castle, move this onto here, and have the big fight. But I would like to have Evocation 6. I actually don't mind waiting around until we get Iron Blizzard, because that's going to make me a lot stronger. So we're going to move out here and try to juke and jive and stay out of the way for a bit. Meanwhile, we're continuously reinforcing higher quality troops than the troops that he is making. Now, I have information about the future which I'm not sharing with you at this point. And that information is in the form of insights that I have into mistakes that I'm making. But I am purposefully withholding those insights, and I will share them with you at the conclusion of this war. And in the meantime, if you can anticipate what I might be referring to, then you get points, I guess. Meaningless points. But you get to feel good. You get to feel comfortable in the knowledge that you figured it out. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.